We can have our seat. God bless you. By the grace of God, we move to the hour where we'll be having Excellentia. And our speaker this evening, by the grace of God, is Justice Mugeni. She's a member of Deeper Life Bible Church, Zambia. Honorable Mrs. Justice Mugeni Siwale is a judge of the Constitutional Court. She was appointed to the Constitutional Court on the 11th of March 2016. Justice Mulenga holds a Bachelor of Law degree from the University of Zaria and a Master's of Law degree from Victoria University of Wellington. She was admitted to the bar in 1995. Prior to her current appointment as Justice, Justice Mulenga served as a judge of the High Court from 2010 to 2016. She is a Weinstein-James International Fellow. She is a member of the several professional associations, including the Zambia Association of Women Judges, the International Association of Women Judges, and the Commonwealth Magistrates and Judges Association. A round of applause, please. She is an official member of Forbes Coaches Council. Through the course of this coaching and consulting career spanning over 27 years, she has developed and deployed proprietary coaching frameworks. Join me in welcoming Justice Mugeni Siwale Mulenga. Happy listening.
Thank you. Thank you, moderator. Praise the Lord. I hope you are excited as I am today. I am very honored to be given this opportunity to address this distinguished global audience of youths from around the world. I have been given the honor of sharing with you briefly on the topic, turning your gifts into value. This is a very important topic because it has great potential to impact your lives and for good. And as youths and young people, you have the great open door before you, and to impact your families, to impact your communities, to impact your countries for good. And therefore, you must take this opportunity to ensure that you make the most of what has been put for you today. And I want to tell you that I have risen to the position where I've risen, but I was an ordinary girl like you and all of you that are here listening to me today. And therefore, I want to tell you that every one of you has potential to rise to great heights and to greater heights as we put all these things that we're going to share briefly into practice. So I'm going to anchor my presentation on Proverbs chapter 18, verse 16, which says, "A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men." I would say that again. A man's gift, or should I say a youth's gift, makes room for him, makes room for her, and brings her before great men. So really, God has entrusted each and every one of you with gifts. And these gifts, they are resources, they are abilities that God has given you for you to be able to achieve great things. And we are saying, turning these gifts, these giftings that God has given you into value. So value there means worth. You know, we are saying you must turn that gift into wealth. You must profit from that gift. And even as you profit, you must profit the people around you, you must profit your countries, you must profit wherever it is that God has planted you with the gifts that He has given you. So you have the responsibility as a youth to look at what gift is it that God has given me and use that gift. And indeed, room will be made for you. The world will make room for you to be able to achieve that. And these gifts, the gifts of God, I should say, are freely given to each and every one, and so that to be able to make use for them. So you don't have to buy it with money. It is an inborn thing that God has put within you. You just need to discover it, and then you need to turn it into value and benefit from it. So I want to briefly share with you on how you'll be able to identify your gift and how you'll be able to deploy it so that you profit from it. And that if you use this gift, like I've mentioned, it will be something that will bless you abundantly. And even as I speak briefly, I might share one or two things with you in terms of what helped me as well to be transformed from an ordinary young person in an average home to be able to come to this position of influence in my country, and which you can also do in your country as well. So remember this thing. God has given this gift, and this gift, when you make use of it, when you discover it, make use of it, it will bring you before great men. And you will not be the first one, because there have been people that have youths like yourselves that have been able to use their gifts, and they've been brought before great men. They've been brought before presidents. They've been brought before pastors. They've been brought before organizations in this world that make matters. They've been brought before big corporations that have been able to make a difference. So you are not any different. And that is why I'll briefly mention again what I mean by gifts, because there are so many things that so many gifts that we can talk about. I know we can talk about spiritual gifts, but this time we're just talking about the ordinary gifts that you are born with. So what is a gift? It is a skill, or it is an ability that you naturally possess as an individual. It is also your ability to do something well. It is something that God has been able to give in your life, and this skill, you have to make use of it. It is just like any other thing. The issue is that if you have been given this gift, and all this while, through your secondary school, through your university, or whether you are working now, you haven't made use of it, it will not impact anyone, because it will just die down there. So the issue is that this gift you have been given, and God requires you as a youth, as a young person, that you are a steward of these gifts, and you should be able to arise and make use of them and be able to benefit your society and yourself. So when I say gift, what do I mean? So like I've mentioned, naturally possessed. So some people, for example, we had our choir, we had the ones who were leading our songs. You heard those beautiful voices. You saw the orchestra and people that are able to play those instruments. All those are gifts. You can have that voice. You can have the ability to write. If you are like me, you must have read some books, even from many people that have written books, and some of them are books that have impacted you, are books that when you read, you're saying, oh, this is a real gift that God has given upon this person. So it can be, of course, you can be writing, it can be your communication skills. There are people who are great orators. There are people who have been able to do so many things, and doors have been opened for them. You can be an athlete. There are people through their athletics, through what they have been able to achieve, it has opened doors for them. And they've appeared before great men. They've done great things, and they've been able to make a difference in their communities. It can be something that, for example, you can have entrepreneurship skills. So there are people, business people out there, and some of them, if you even try and go through the social media, the internet, you'll be able to see young people that are excelling in the technological sector, in the different sectors, in different professions that are rising there and are doing something because they've been able to make use of their gifts. Some, it is art. You know, there's some people, naturally, they're artistic, and they've been able to develop that art, and it has taken them far. And so what I mean by saying that is that really these gifts are many, they are endless, we can't exhaust them. So God has been able to give all the millions of us that are there different gifts that we're able to do. And I know that the youths in many countries make up the largest population in the different countries, meaning that this is a very good opportunity for us as youths, for you as youths, to rise up and be able to make a difference in there. So when I mean gifts, like I've mentioned, there are so many. And that's why you hear sometimes people say this one is multi-talented or multi-gifted, because there are so many gifts that they are able to use and then they're able to benefit from. And so I would encourage you that after listening to this presentation, when you have time, you should make time for it. You take time, write down what are the many gifts that God has put within you, and be able to check, prioritize which ones are the ones that you are most passionate about, and then see how to prioritize, how to be able to develop them. So you asked me, how will I know that this is my gift or this is my talent? I'm using the word talent loosely. This is my gift or this is my talent. Like I've said, it is an issue where you have to ask yourself, what is it that I am good at? What is it that I love to do? What are my interests? What are the issues, areas where I'm most successful in? And by that, it will be able to help you identify those gifts. And indeed, you can list them, you can prioritize them. And then you ask me now that then the gifts, once I have identified them, what do I do with them? There are many things that you can do with gifts. I wanted to share briefly on a number of people that were able, both in biblical times and contemporary times, that were able to deploy their gifts and were successful in their various endeavors. We can talk about Joseph. We can talk about Paul. In our contemporary times, we can talk about many people. We can talk about musicians like Don Moen. We can talk about people that Mark Zuckerberg, who's used his gift of innovation to revolutionize the world through social media. We can talk about many people that have used their gifts, whether of leadership, whether in whatever areas that they have used to be able to make an impact. So I can, in my interactions with youth, there have been some that would come and say, okay, I think now that I've known that maybe I'm talented in music, why am I still at school and learning all these other things? Why can't I launch out into the industry and make use of my gift? And I would say that education is very essential in helping you to make use of your gift and to be fruitful and to get the best out of it. So don't neglect education. And I wish to talk to those young people who are still in high school, the ones who are still in colleges, universities, that make the most of your time in those school, in the college. Make sure you get a good education, because that's a very firm foundation that will be able to help you now as you develop your gift. I have had few people, people who are working, young professionals saying, okay, the job that I'm in now, I think it is, I'm not getting the most of it. It's dry. I don't think this is where I'm supposed to be. And I say, stick in there. There is something still in there that you need to learn that will be able to help you, even as you now launch your gift. Some experiences, you only learn them sometimes through the jobs, through the experiences that are not so pleasant. But you'll find that at the end of it, those are the things that are going to help you to improve yourself and get value out of your gift. And I will say, once you have identified those gifts, you have to volunteer yourself. You have to say, where is it? Where is the area that I can make use of my gifts? Whether in church, whether in your community, whether at school. Do something with that gift. Like I've mentioned, if you just let it there, it is not going to develop. But you have to look for opportunities. And if you can't see opportunities, knock on the door of other people. There are people that have gone before you, your areas of interest, your gift. You find that there are some people, young people that are making progress in that area. There are older people who have made it in that area. Make it, their doors are normally open. Make it make it something that you'll be able to reach out to them and be able to help you in terms of what you can do with those gifts. So the issue that I want to also mention is that most of us, when we look at your gift, you say, okay, this gift is too small, or I can't see any opportunity here unless I go maybe to another country, or I go abroad, or I go to another place. I can tell you that you can be able to flourish with your gift just there where you are. Yes, if opportunities come, you should be able to go. Like I've mentioned, every one of us has the same gifts that God has given us, and you can still make use of it there where you are. So all you need is to have that positive attitude. I know that many youths get easily discouraged. For example, those who are entrepreneurs or want to try entrepreneurship, or maybe it's a job, you find that you do something, you invest in a venture, and then things don't work out. Youths are impatient because they're in this world, and it has made it now in this world, everything is fast. You have instant everything. But I can tell you that the developing of that gift and being able to get value from it, it is something that will take time. It is something that you have to invest in. So you don't need to be in a hurry. You have to have that positive attitude. Yes, even when you have failed, or maybe a door hasn't opened, I know there are plenty of youths that are jobless, and many of them are saying, what am I going to do? Doors are closing here. Just know that even with the doors closing, keep an open mind. There are many things that you can do. You can go, you can further your education, and that can also open other doors. You can do volunteer work. You can go and get into some of these professions that, or industries that people don't want to feel it is lowly you'll be able to learn something there, and that will be able to impact you positively. So, and it will help you also to get all the required skill sets for you to be able to do that. In this day and age, we have a lot of youths that are thinking, that are going through depression and all those other issues, because they are looking at, maybe they are looking at their friends and saying, I'm not going as fast as I am. Pace yourself. You yourself set your own goal, because the issue is that you are competing really against yourself. Once you've set your goal, like I've mentioned, your overall goal, your compelling vision, what is this that I want to achieve? You know that you're moving at your own pace. So you don't have to get depressed that others have moved further. I always give an example of a tree. You know, when you have a tree and you have a plant like cereal, you find that you can plant them at the same time. One of them, it will take longer because it's still trying to get roots, you know, to build its roots so that when it comes up, it is able to be sustained. There are others who shoot up very quickly, but might not have depth in them. So you have an opportunity as youths to distinguish yourself in the gifts that you have, make the most of it, and make it count for yourself, make it count for your community, make it count for your country. So really, the issue is that what normally hinders most, I know that, is that many youths lack the issue of self-discipline. There are so many things that are distracting youths these days, and there are so many things that can distract you, but you should be self-disciplined. You should be focused. You should be committed to learning, continuous committed to learning. And that is what I know that it's been a very short presentation, but what I want to leave with you is that please, as you go out, write down your goal, get your gift. Okay, get your gift, write down your goal and what it is that you need to do. I have met so many youths. A number of them are so passionate. For example, now, when you get down and get your gift, you'll be able to say, okay, all these other people, I'll just focus on this, my gift. For example, it's singing. But I can tell you that you need to make sure that for you to sustain that value that you're going to get for your gift, you need to have your goals aligned with that goal that God has for your life. You know, I always say that youths can do so many things. We can do so many things in here, but then you should be able to do something that will lines of eternity. As you are pursuing your gift and developing your gift, know that you have a master, and make sure that Christ is at the center of your life. And this is going to anchor you, because I can tell you there are so many temptations that come out there as you are going through with your gifts, as you are going through in your profession, as you are going through in your education. You find that opportunities, there are so many people that will bring different temptations around you, opportunities for you to make shortcuts, opportunities to get into vices that are all over there. But then when you know the overall goal and you are grounded properly in the Lord, you'll be able to ensure that all these things are working towards getting your goal. All these things are working towards you benefiting. And I can tell you that doors are open for such a person, because there are so many institutions, there are so many opportunities
have that ability and you have that potential. And it is only you that can limit yourself in getting towards achieving what you have set for yourself. So make use of all the opportunities that you have around you and focus. I think the issue of focus is one of the things that mainly gets some of the youth to lose the track. But focus and have that mindset of, I am here and God has put me here to make a solution, to create a solution in the problems that are facing myself, my community, and the people around me. And once you have that mindset, you'll find that issues of innovations come in, and then you'll be able to achieve that goal, even as you commit to that. And finally, I would want to mention that you should be willing to do small things. You know, there are many youths that want to start big and they despise small beginnings, and will be able to say, when I want to make it big. And because of that, you find that they end up making shipwreck. But begin small. You shouldn't, if you, at this corner where God has put you, begin doing something, making some positive impact. And you'll see that at the end of it, you'll be able to do greater doors, will be able to open for you, because people around you are looking at you. And when they see what you are able to do, you'll find that sometimes I have seen it, that even in a place where you didn't know, you didn't put anything in, when people elsewhere are discussing and they're saying there is this issue and we need somebody to come and address this issue, your name will come up and you'll be saying, how did those people know about me? How did those people know about this youth? It's because that small thing, those small things that you are doing there, doing them faithfully, doing them with all your might, putting your excellency in there, making sure that you look at it over and over in this insignificant corner, but I'm still doing something to make sure that I do the best that I can. I can assure you that doors will be able to open that you never knew about. And with God on your side, like I say, with God on your side, you are already, above the majority. You are already ahead of the other youths around you. And so I hope that you will take time to reflect on your gifts and really do put in the little that I've mentioned to be able to develop them. And like I mentioned, don't be discouraged. And with God on your side, you achieve great things. And may I only say, may the Lord bless you and bless your gifts and open doors for those gifts to manifest and to be able to be useful in the vineyard of the Lord and even in your community and country. Thank you.